This is the presentation of Group A CC01, and this is the information about the table of content and the team members.
Hello, my name is Nhật from Group 8 and I will be presenting the first section of our smart printing service for students. Our main goal is to enable students to upload, customize, and submit print jobs online to reduce their waiting time and enhance convenience throughout the campus. For Task 1, requirement elicitation. So we have marked some stakeholders that are relevant to our project, but I'm just going to focus on the most two important ones, which are students and student printing service officer. Based on the stakeholders and their needs, we have demonstrated some key functional requirements for students. That is registration and authentication using SSO service, document upload in various formats, printing customizations, payment integration with BKPay, and print shop status tracking. As for SPSO, they should be able to manage their printer, configure them, maintain and troubleshoot their system, have some sort of way to generate reports for usage insights, and they should have full access to student printing history. As for non-functional requirements, we have 5 main categories that we focus on: security, reliability, usability, compatibility, and scalability. Here is the use case diagram of the whole system for you guys to have a brief understanding about how our system works, but I'm just going to focus on the main module that we're going to introduce today, which is printing. Here is the printing module of the system, which core functions includes buying pages, uploading and verifying documents, customizing printing options, and track printing status.
Hello everyone, I'm Minh and I am going to present the system modeling with 3 diagrams. First up is the activity diagram, which is used to capture the business process between the SSPS and our stakeholders. And here is the activity diagram for our printing modules. So first, the student chooses print option. Next, the student filters the printer list. Then the student chooses a printer. Then the student uploads the document. And step 5, system checks the number of pages needed for printing. And step 6, system sends notification on print status to students. Next up is the sequence diagram, which provides the view of the interaction between the objects of the application in a sequence. And here is the sequence diagram of our printing module. Here's the first part, and here's the second part. Next up is the class diagram, which is used to represent the static structures of our system. And here is the class diagram for our printing module. Next up is the user interface. We have developed an MVP1 for fast deployment in order to gather user feedback early on for improvements. We have developed 3 user interfaces for 3 parts: login, printing, and printer management. Here's the interface for our login. Here's the interface for our printing. And finally, here's the interface for printer management.
Hello everyone, I'm Vinh, and next we move to task 3, architecture design. So our group has to MVC overlay architecture because it's easy for task allocation, concurrent development, framework support, and project suitability. This is an overview about the MVC architecture. As you can see, it contains 5 main components: model, view controller, database, and end user. And our group have a comparison between SQL and NoSQL, and finally we decided to choose MongoDB for implementation. And come to the API management part, we have to ensure that it's RESTful standards and security measures. However, we must also manage the potential for performance overhead. And this is the core system components of MVC architecture. This is the picture about the architecture diagram and the deployment diagrams. As you can see, it contains information about each component and how it interacts with each other.
Hello everyone, my name is Khoi. I will be presenting about the implementation section of our project. We will delve into some techniques and frameworks employed, including our design, version control, and tech stack. Let's start with the design. We utilize 2 powerful tools, Figma and Draw.io. The former is used to create intuitive prototypes as well as UI, while Draw.io is for mapping out workflows and system architecture. This is our Figma design. For version control, we use GitHub to track changes, mitigate conflicts, and maintain code integrity. This is our GitHub repository with the organized structure of a code document folder as well as the README for providing key project details for the other users. During usability tests, we ask users to rate overall UX, and the result is positive with most of the user rate from 8 to 10. For tech stack, we use MongoDB for flexible NoSQL database, Express Node.js for backend logic and API integrations, finally React for dynamic and interactive.
Okay, my name is Minh Fu, and now we'll continue with the demonstration section. Okay, so first, I will show you about the main dashboard of our application. We choose the main stack to do with this application. For the authentication, we use the Google authentication instead of the HCMUT SSO. At first, I will show you about the student view. So the student has some of these things. First, the profile pages, which the student can view their statistic data. The print now button, which allow them to view the printer list that have been enabled, the file list have been uploaded, and to buy some new pages. When click on the printing history, we can view about the file has been uploaded, in a queue, or cancelled, or also printed successfully. Okay, so first I will demo for the buying new pages. For example, I can click on this and get some promotion packages. And now when I click on the buy now button, it will add one new record into the order list. Okay, now I will click back into the buying pages to see that it's been updated successfully here. Okay, so now in the stage of the upload file, first we need to choose a printer. Then we can upload it one or more printer based on you. Okay, so I've used two file here. As you can see, I have uploaded two file here. Then I click on OK, and now it will pop up successfully. Okay. So now when we want to print, we need to click on the file list to view them first. Okay, you can see that here. We can click on the printer name to view about the printer information. And we can also change the printer too. Okay. So now we will print. Okay, again, I will choose another file, for example. Okay. We can click on the next to view the next page of the PDF file. Okay, but here is the file configuration. We can choose some configuration, for example, one side. Okay, now when I click on next, you can see that we can view the next page, for example. Just wait for 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, so now we click on two copies, click on confirm, and choose the date to take. For example, I choose 48. Now it is 47, so we'll need to wait for 30 seconds, for example. Okay, now the printed file would be in a queue, and we just wait for a while. Okay, now it is 47. Detail, we choose 48. Okay, choose just 30 seconds later. Also, when we jump back into the profile page, it's been said that one file in the queue. Okay, so after this, I will show you about the SPSO view and some challenges that we face during this project is that we need to face with the time, to face with the workload, and to face with some new technique like MVC architecture. So now as you can see that it's been printed successfully. Click on printed and can see that here. Detail to see the detail configuration. Okay, so now we'll show you about the SPSO view. Also, some further enhancement during this application would include to create some attractive view, to create some more complicated relation in the database, to integrate it with some real payment method, and to deploy this in like Verso. Now we just use localhost here. So this is the SPSO. When we click on the profile page, we can see that it is somewhat like in the student view. And SPSO can view about a user list. It can also edit the role for other user, for example. When click on printing history, it will show the printing document of all the user here. Okay, printed, cancel, arrange. Oh, okay. So now we demo first for the manage printer. We can add a new printer, for example, like this. We can also edit, delete, or modify. Okay, so but first I will demo for add. By default, a new printer would be disabled. For example, here it have been disabled. So I can enable it too, can view it too. Okay. So for the printing configuration, first I would like to show you how we're moving 3 pages to the other. For example, I choose 50. Click on confirm. Okay, so now it's 52. So now when we click back into the user list, you will see that it's have added 200 more pages. Currently it's 400, now 600. Okay, so the file type, we can remove a type. For example, I remove this, and I can add it back to. During doing this project, we have learned several things. For example, we learned about the requirement elicitation, we learned about the system modeling, and we also learned about the architecture design. For example, the MVC architecture, the usability testing. Okay, now you can see that it's been updated successfully now with a text file. We can also export some statistic data here too. Okay, so now this is the end of the real application demo. Now jump back to the things here. And the last thing that we have learned during this project is the collaboration between the members in our team. Okay, so that is the end of our representation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question or would like to discuss further, please feel free to reach out.